Greetings everyone, Napoleon Complex here. Today we're going to be fighting the Battle of the Kerkha River 2272 BC as the Akkadians. So I'll give people a chance to read the blurb here, and then we'll begin. Now I know absolutely nothing about this battle, other than it's between the Akkadians and the Elamites. And I'm going into it completely blind, so let's just take a moment to get our bearings. Okay, that's a lot of massed archers at the back row there, so it looks like the main asset of the enemy army is their shooting capabilities. But they do have these retained spearmen over here. Okay. And they've got chariots in the front, which in this era are just called battle cars, I suppose. They're not proper chariots yet. Right, looking at this, let's take a look at my own ranks. I can already see my line shorter. Notice these units are more brightly coloured. So these are the elite units. Okay, so all of these units are highly superior. We've got the rest are above average. Offensive spearmen. They're unprotected? That means we're going to be. I'm guessing my units are also unprotected. No, we're not. These shielded spearmen do actually have protection. We have defensive spearmen 85%. So these units will be quite weak. Okay, that's good to know. These are above average, okay. And then over on this, they've got only militia here. No, wait, hold on. It's that unit that's weak. So there's no real weak point in this enemy line. The right is stronger than the left, but they've kind of interspersed their weaker units in with their stronger units. Alright, we're also outnumbered in terms of skirmishers. So these are my own elite units. I've got them in the center. And we've got... We've also... No, wait, those are just... They looked more coloured, but they're actually just below average. So we've got below average troops here. We've got a mixture of defensive spearmen and offensive spearmen, and there's defensive spearmen 85% again, so I don't expect these troops to be very good. Looking at the gaps in the enemy line, I imagine if we can get between those and into the ranks of the Elamite massed archers behind, that will be an effective strategy. Right, let's think about how to organize ourselves, because I don't like this setup necessarily. What we're going to start off by doing is I want to focus on one flank at a time of the enemy army. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to send the reserves in to form a refused flank. The rest of my army is going to about face. I'm going to turn the whole command to face this direction. And I'm going to run the chariots in particular towards the edge of the battlefield. And we're going to focus on coming around their flanks. So with that in mind, I need these units to start to move over towards the left flank. We'll turn them this way. And as for the skirmishers, they just need to try and protect the line as best they can. I have this unit form up here. I want the rest of these units to start to sprint to the left. There's no time to reorganize my skirmish line if the enemy decide to attack. But who knows, we might be lucky, they might stand off. We've got a built-up area there. It's a shame to abandon that, but if I'm going to reorganize my forces, I don't have the time. So here they come. I'm going to get hit by them next turn. So we need to start getting organized. Just push over a little bit to the right. To the left, rather. Whoops. Turn. And at least these units should be together and in a decent formation. We've unfortunately got a bit of a gap for the skirmishers here. The enemy might be able to fire through that. And these archers are still approaching. Just keep running forward. I can see the skirmishers are getting close. The chariots are not as maneuverable in this era. Right, this unit start to swing around. These units just keep... the oasis is in the way. Well, better to pass around it to this side, in my opinion. I'll keep our troops together. I don't want them getting split, and some of the troops may have to veer towards the enemy, particularly as those massed bows get closer. But that's forced me to swerve closer to the enemy army, and it also means that my troops are going to have to take time to realign. Keep them away for now, particularly any unmaneuverable troops. I want them to keep away. Now let's see. I want to get 1 or 2 infantry units around the flanks, so maybe these two. So my battle. How long is my battle line going to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 soldiers. So from this point in the enemy army, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and actually, so that's where the anchor of my line has to be. So I'm going to start sending these units towards there to start to become the head of my army. Let's see. These units can probably actually turn in this direction because they are going to be... Are you facing that way? I'm basically going to set up a... Well, you'll see what shape I form when I form it. But if you know what a refused flank looks like, just imagine that. You guys hurry up. But actually, I could use you over here. Okay, we're going to take a little bit of fire. Nothing that could really be done for it. I'm getting in amongst my chariots. These are the masterful job of picking through the holes in my skirmisher line. Right. Move out. You, keep them busy. You, back them up. Let's see. Have this unit get ready to start to maneuver around the flanks of their army. I want to hit them from the side as soon as they're clear of this rough ground. We're also going to be sending this unit around the flanks, which means this is where my main troops need to be. So these units should now start to form up. So now these units need to be out of the way of that, so they're going to have to push forward. We already 5 here. Well, then give them another wallop. Charge! So even get them to withdraw. Okay, right. Not very successful, but that at least means that my line can be shielded from these skirmishers a little bit. Continue, use that respite to continue to push up. Guessing they can't turn, fair enough. We're starting to fall behind. Move. Go, 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 go. Hopefully they're medium foot. Okay, that means the rough ground won't be too much of a problem. Keep them back for the minute. Okay, once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's fine. You guys are aiming for this spot here on the battlefield. The chariots are never going to make it to the other flank in time, so they can... guess I'll tell them to back off, and they can cause trouble for the enemy over here. And these skirmishers who are stranded, they can at least block, help to... Yes, they can at least get in the way here. I do not expect these men to do very well. Kill some of them as well, it means we'll take less damage from archer fire. Still very disorganized over here. That's not good. Yeah, and starting to open this part of their army up. With that many massed archers in the enemy army, our light troops are hardly likely to have a good day. It's good enough that they're absorbing the enemy arrows. So try and pull out of the range of those archers. That should be far enough. Let's think about what we want to achieve this turn. They're starting to open up here, so I actually want to advance aggressively here. I don't want the skirmishers getting in the way. So, I think I know what to do here. Push up. In fact, what to do is push up this unit here. Turn them this way. That should threaten the archers. I'm hoping this will lead to them. I was hoping that would lead to their retreat, but they didn't pull back. Okay, that is going to cause us problems. I needed to lead with those medium forces because I'm trying to attack the units on the rough ground. Right. Now, just turn up like this. We'll bring up these Akkadian auxiliary foot. Let's see. The skirmishers are getting in the way. Just drive them back. I don't care what the odds are, drive them back. Drive them back into the enemy ranks. There we go. Okay. Just keep swinging around. If we can get the chariots through that gap there, that would be really good. More medium foot. So if we can start a melee here, that will obstruct their archers. Okay, that doesn't actually really do us any favours. Okay, keep moving. Okay, that's the anchor point, so keep this unit here. But just hold this line back for a moment, because I don't know what I'm going to do with these units yet. So we are now sort of in position. And now just pulling their skirmishers back. But the fact that I've locked a lot of them in combat is going to help us. That's not much of a retreat, is it? Oh no! Okay, we're off to a fantastic start. That was my flanking force and it's just come completely undone. Okay, that was dreadful luck. I really expected more from those troops. Pull them around, pull this unit around, give them the general, and we're just going to have to hope that this unit survives. Attack them on the rough. That'll keep the that will shut the archers up a bit longer. And since they've managed to get themselves into such an exposed position, go for the flank here. Okay. Now, since we're fighting them here, let's see. Yikes. Okay, we really don't have great odds. Take the general and try and force your way through there. Okay, right, good. That's the first thing that's gone our way this battle. We'll just hit those archers. Okay, right, we are starting to get into position now. Well, these chariots are not like the chariots I'm used to dealing with. They're horrible and unmaneuverable. Okay, but that's another disruption. If they die, that is a sacrifice I am willing. If you die, that is a sacrifice I am quite willing to make. That piece of rough ground has undone us. So I'd like to get these units in to replace the, because that's going to create a bit of a gap in our line. Don't know why I did this. This doesn't really help. Let's move through. That's just shortening our line unnecessarily now. Pull around like this. Shelter the chariots behind the infantry for now. Okay, good. Well done for holding on. Okay. Okay, our luck returns to form. And straight back. We get some good luck straight back. A little overkill, don't you think? Deploying the chariots. That would have been good for us if it wasn't for the fact that this flank's being threatened. God, am I really this rusty? Should never have let these troops get so strung out on their own. Means we're completely open on this flank. That was such a kick in the teeth. Good. Right. What am I going to do here? This is really, really bad. Right, keep them going around. I sent my troops all the way around here, but for what? There's nothing here to actually hit. We need to move forward and start attacking. Move up, we'll get into those archers next turn. Finally starting to make some forward progress. Move them around, that way we can swing our chariots into action. Okay, right, now this is finally starting to develop. Break them here. Okay, or don't. Right, those chariots are apparently absolutely terrifying to infantry. You can definitely tell I'm still used to an era of warfare where chariots really aren't so great at charging frontally. The other thing that's confusing me is visually these look like light chariots. Right. There is a gap forming in their lines. If we can squeeze through this, see if we can get them to break as well. Push on here. Of course, the problem is these Akkadian shielded spearmen have been caught. I'm just going to have to risk a rear charge here. I hope that the consequences aren't too bad. So if they turn around... if they turn around to form a battle line here, I see where we can now anchor our line. Right, this is where we're going to stand and fight the rest of the enemy army. Let's Bring them in so that they're relevant. And these are just untrained mob. Right, I don't want them anywhere near the fighting. But no, despite the apparent chaos, I am actually starting to formulate something that's approaching a workable strategy here. Right, now of course our light units are about to get murdered. Great, except I know what's gonna... They are gonna auto-break and now they're going to get hit in the flank. Genius. Genius, Napoleon. Absolute genius. At least they're continuing to shelter our flank there. Ouch. Some very aggressive fire there. I should have brought those archers forward to hit us even more. Oh, but here they come. I think I might be able to flank these archers next turn. Depends what happens here. Not the unit I thought they'd flank. Okay, good. I'll let that continue. Excellent. Oh, I was hoping we'd break them here as well. Right, pull them out. We don't really have much of a choice, do we? Really? So little damage. Give them the commander's unit, make sure they actually make contact. And let's see what happens when we break them here. They held firm, but not for very long. Not if I have anything to do with the conversation. And they've already disrupted. Right, let's just think about this very carefully. Drive them back here. Exactly what I had in mind. See, I could go for the flank here. But I'm also thinking about driving deep into their army. Yeah, I'm going to just follow on here. Turn, they're going to go in this direction here, but they'll also have the option to go into this battle if needed. Let's see. We're already disrupted. Been able to make absolutely no use of my chariot so far. They need to keep this group honest. Problem is, all of the units I was going to use, things just haven't gone together very well on this flank. It did not. This is definitely not as planned. I will eventually get victory here, but it's not going to be very convincing. I guess I really don't have any choice but to engage here. I was really hoping to keep that unit back for something else. Right. Sure would have been nice to have the general now. Okay, form up our battle line as planned. Keep those levies out of trouble. Whole point of a refused flank is it's refused, so we want our troops as far away from the action as possible. I don't think there's anything more I can do safe. Oh, wait a second, on the course, so no brainer, we need to get into melee here and they disrupt. Right, luckily we have a second try. I suppose we may as well break them here. Okay, turn to face. Next turn. We are going to get absolutely peppered here. The skirmishers here are completely unopposed. Okay. Hoping my chariots can reverse the course of that battle. Just out of flank range. Plus it means we have to chase them down now and get shot at again. Okay, and that could put us into... That threatens our flanks there. Good, a rally. That's exactly what we needed. 2 rallies. Perfect. Okay, now we're talking. Right, you know what? Now our skirmishers can get their revenge. Rain death upon those bowmen. We're winning here. I can finally get something done with my chariots. Let's see. They're about to break there. See, and honestly, with the enemy's archers, they've got Elamite slingers there. Give them the general, and I'm just trying to mask this unit because it's getting close to auto-breaking. Right, we're now finally starting to make progress. Hit them hard here. We've got our offensive archers here. Fragmented them. Okay. Move through and around those chariots because we're keeping them honest here. Into melee here. Pray we don't get unlucky. Yeah, those archers really aren't doing the Elamites any favours. We're at a slight disadvantage here, but it's hardly crippling. And the chariots seem to have chickened out of a direct charge so far. Imagine they won't for very longer. Keep these units back and in reserve. I don't want them getting affected by a sudden panic. Just try not to die here, guys. Oh. Turn to face. Next turn, if they try and block this Akkadian guard spearman units path, we're just going to pin them in. Or that unit could break and do my job for me. Right, we're going to start to wrap around their left. I thought I was onto a loser with this, but it looks like we're coming around. And speaking of, who does that? We'll try and get the general over here so he can support these units. Good. Oh, they're going to come under a lot of arrow fire. When did these guys disrupt? Good, no miracles for them there. Right. Break them here. Come on. Need something to work with. Held on. I can move here. Brace for impact. Okay, we survived. Leave them there. Let that eat away at this battle car unit. Oh, I was once to star in an episode of Battle Car Galactica. The puns aren't punishable by death, are they? That means I'm going to have to leave these units here to struggle on. Just in case they decide to join this fight. Well, we've actually got an advantage here. And they're dying. Okay. We're getting very good luck here. Keep moving forward. Should I go back a minute? Can we get it from there? That's probably better. Next turn. That's not great. They've rallied behind our lines. I'll send the mob to take care of them. Greatly advantaged. We're very vulnerable in this line. But we're about to flank their battle line with their chariots. Can you see where the flank attack is going to take place? Good. They can turn around and deal with the situation here now. Right, this unit is going to have to whip across and try and do some damage to these Elamite mass chariots. Just get this unit out of the firing line. But that is going to allow me to finally get a decisive strike in. We're going to hit these massed archers in the flank. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to break them. But now these units are trapped in. Okay. I'll bring these units into the slaughter. Okay. Let's see. This unit's a bit healthier, so bring them in and around. These guys are very close to auto break. Our archers can continue to do what they've been doing the whole battle, keeping the heavy troops off of our keeping the light troops off of our lights. Charge with the chariots. Good. Okay, so they are going down. Right, and just start to head across. Let's see, where can our general help? Well, at least get him over here. Now he's in the fighting. Break them here. Hope that this spreads some panic. Okay, not where we needed it. If I wasn't being faced down by these spearmen. Okay. I tell them to back away slowly, but they're as likely to break as to do that. What if I was to do something incredibly stupid? Something so irresponsible no sane commander would consider it even an option. What if I was to move here? And move these troops here. And threaten this unit's flank. Of course, that unit will get shot to pieces by enemy archers, but we'll get the flank attack. I hope everyone can see how that balances out. Ho ho ho, aren't you in a bad position? Again, some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. Why does everyone always run away just before I hit them in the back? It's almost like they've got some kind of self-preservation instinct. I guess you guys can try and limp away. If we can get the Akkadian levy foot into position here, we can at least absorb the arrow fire. Right, next turn. Please stop doing that. I'm watching this unit very carefully. Ah, they disrupted. There was a chance, just a chance, that we might manage to pin their chariots in combat there. It wasn't to be. Yeah, we're going to take fire here, and of course they're on the rough ground. Please don't disrupt. Oh, why? You came so... How did I not see that? Oh, they must have moved around in the ensuing turns. That one unit that rallied, that group of nobodies. Okay. Right, we can at least get our revenge here. Now the chariots are about to get loose again. They're perceiving out of control. We'll get our flank attack in here. Okay, let's see if we can push that over into our route. I said, let's see if we can push that. No, nothing. Not great odds there, to be honest. That means we can push on. Turn to face this direction. We can get the flank attack here. Okay. Keep it up. Let's see what happens. No, good, no fragmentation. That's all I asked. Right. I don't think we're really going to be able to get a flank attack round there, because this unit will just move to block it. But they're probably going to move to do something here. If I can move around here, I might convince the Zakaran Guard to move around. That might create an opening that I can use for something else. But I mustn't allow them into contact with the levies, they'll just break. Those chariots I worked so hard to capture have now got loose. And even worse, they're now in a position to charge my struggling Akkadian shieldmen. Of course, I can risk, they will be risking a flank attack if they get stuck on my shielded spearmen. But it's still not a very comfortable position for me to be in. And we've lost here. We were so close to breaking their line. Right, I guess that means I have to go out into the desert and track these guys down. Break them here. Just finish these annoyances off already. Right, so that we weren't even needed here. And we'll get them on the flank next turn. We'll auto break soon. Anything that hasn't moved. Right, nope. Good, straight into their archers. That's what we needed to happen. I'll also block some of their fire. Your levies are getting shot to pieces, but that's what levies are for. They're brilliant for absorbing arrows. That's it. All of that fire, not even a cohesion test. That's one volley and we're disrupted. Right. And that means there's... Look at that! They did all that work just to block our chariots. I mean, I've got to hand it to the AI. That was brilliant. Well done to Richard and whoever designed that. Okay. We've had a really, really nasty, awful, bad turn. Except for that. That helped. Just in time. Notice that the chariots decided not to attack. Right, now hold on. I really need to think carefully about this. They're probably going to auto-break, but at least that means they'll get into melee and not get shot up anymore. The archers have been devastating. This reserve line of archers is what I've been trying to break through to the entire battle, and it's just never happened. Break them here. Let's see if they'll crack here without any further. Okay, we're going to have to use our infantry here. Okay, disrupted them. This is going to be a really, really nasty morale shock. Really wish I hadn't turned that unit around now. Right. Now this unit's failing as well. Not yet. Hurry up and break them then. We're at 17%. We don't need much more in the way of rout percentage to win this thing. Just a few more enemy units need to decide that they want to go home early. And we could get we're quite close to victory despite everything that's kind of not gone to plan. And they've broken just as we were getting around their flanks. Okay, fragmented them. That's exactly what we needed. Head over this way. And you know what, they might actually take that fight. Or we could hit them. Both are good results. Okay, right. Next turn. This is coming right down to the wire. Guard, spearman hitting militia. Oh, there's a fragmentation. They've come out of the. They're coming out of their holes. They've got my chariots pinned down here with the rough ground. I am slowly making progress, but we need just a little bit more time. I'll be into their ranks next turn if this unit breaks. Oh no. No, I won't. They did their best. I can't give them any flack for that. So this is a very common problem because you're so badly outnumbered in Deity, your units start auto-breaking. I mean, they've been fighting all day, they're not going to hang on forever. Good. Oh, that's not really... Well, actually no, because it's a smaller unit than average, that might actually be exactly what we needed to save the day. Well, I may not be able to hit the targets I wanted, but I'm not going to say no to hitting a unit of enemy archers. And, okay, no, that's still horrible. We can get in amongst them now. We're really close to breaking this unit. What was this unit? Or do we want to go for this unit here? Because it no longer necessarily matters which units we break as long as we break enemy units. I think if I move like this, then what that means is that if this unit breaks immediately, I don't actually have to change position. Hold on, wait a second, there's an easier way of doing this. Bring them in. Good. They blocked the route I needed to take. That was what I needed them not to do. Okay. Well, that was unfortunate. Right, just move around, and I think we're still going to win this. Just about. Finish the archers off here. Sorry, that was the sound of me. That was the sound of the Akkadian commander-in-chief possibly slightly losing his mind. We are starting to crack them here now. That's the really nasty matchup, and we've got this unit coming through as well. Don't worry too much about our route percentage. We are trying to get to we are trying to get them to 60%. That is what matters. The rest is less important. If I must take that fight, thank you, random number generator. That's 2 units in a row. They fragmented in one strike. That unit of guard is absolutely terrifying. I need 1, maybe 2 of the enemy units to decide they've had enough. Well, this could be Unit 1. Good. Their fate's pretty much sealed. Don't need to say anything more about that. And that tells me that I need to hurry up. Keep going. We're not going to worry about those chariots, just keep them locked down. Move into this space here. Wait a sec, before you do that, see what happens here. I knew that unit was going to crack. Chariots are disrupted. Half of 720 is 360, but they're below average. Oh, come on, don't lose it now. Do not lose it now. I've come too far. I need chariots, keep them honest. Charge them down here, see if we can catch them again. Okay, that Akkadian levy unit is doing marvelous work. I have to say, I appreciate the artist's choice. Give them a boost as they're probably in the most precarious position. I don't really see a pathway to victory for the enemy at this point, but I'm still nervous about it. Because I'm a warrior, that's what I do. Rallies would be one way, if enough of their troops can come back to the field. Like that. Well, that general assignment was good for absolutely nothing. But this is where it ends. This is the end of the line for the Elamites. Because that lets me do this. Or not. We need to break them somewhere, anywhere, please. No, I need that flank attack. We won't be able to charge from 2 tiles away. Just have something crack these guys. I'll move into melee, but I don't think it'll help much. Another 2 turns and they're dead anyway. finally we have something we can do that can do damage to the chariots. Stop toying with me. That's 60. That's 60. We've done it. We've done it. Another one bites the dust. Kind of an awful pursuit path, but there we go. Give them the general. Keep moving those chariots around. The only thing that can go wrong for me now is if they push me to 60% at the same time, which isn't completely impossible. There's no point in blocking in them out. That's trying to block them in there. We might also manage to knock out the commander-in-chief. That would be a nice trophy for the end of this battle. It's their last turn. As long as no one rallies, we win. That means they're going to be allowed to flank us there. Well, that's it. Oh, no, they're still shooting at us. That means they're still moving. That's it. That's it. That's it. We done it. We've won. I thought I'd lost it with the soldier on the left and just the fact that they were coming down towards us. I thought we'd had it. I thought they were going to win the battle, particularly the way they were crashing down on our right-hand flank with this large army. But we did slowly manage to unpick them on the left here. And we managed to drip in. We were dripping into this fight. And this line of archers, it took out so many of my weakened soldiers that were close to auto breaking. I must have suffered like 6 auto breaks in that fight. Anyway, I've been Napoleon Complex. If you enjoyed this slugfest, please like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Farewell. Oh, and I always forget to record the end screen.